Greetings everyone! Welcome to the Sonic Universe Issue 71 review. We're starting a brand new story arc featuring the very people on this cover. As such, no recap is necessary, unless you want me to say the world's in pieces and the heroes need to fix it. Before we get started, this page here explains that Sonic, Amy, Antoine, and Bunny are away on a mission, so we won't be seeing them in this story, okay? Our story begins with Sky Patrol under attack by Dark Gaia monsters. Man, I guess no place is safe then, huh? The team has to hold on for 2 minutes until sunrise. Tails gets swarmed, and Sally goes to save him. Tails returns the favor by catching Sally. The nightmare ends when dawn finally arrives. The group re-enters the ship where Cream has prepared the breakfast of champions. Donuts and muffins. Yum. Rotor needs to make some repairs, but is exhausted. So Cream offers to make some coffee, but can she operate the machine Rotor himself made? Apparently not. Oh, Sally. I don't know whether to chuckle or say boo. But Nicole calls her out on that joke. Nicole also mentions it was reckless to save Tails when the sun would have taken care of the problem. But Sally says she couldn't just stand there and do nothing. Before the conversation continues, Nicole mentions a Dr. L. Liddy and disappears. She's not in any computer systems, but Rotor picks up something in the digital world. Sally wants to pay a visit to this Dr. L. Liddy on Isolated Island. Must be a real loner, huh? What? Anyway, she orders Tails and Big to accompany her. Cream asks Rotor about Nicole's whereabouts, and we get this sequence of Nicole traveling through the digital world, while Rotor explains its nature. It's an artificial reality that has a life of its own in a way, that computers can access it, but the world's not bound to any one system. Rotor even admits that it's all theory. So, Nicole reaches her destination, where dark digital creatures are attacking an elderly Lynx man. Nicole eliminates the creatures, and the old man, Dr. L. Liddy I presume, is surprised by Nicole's appearance. On the tornado, first I'm surprised it's level considering Big's on one of the wings, we get exposition on Dr. L. Liddy himself, that he was responsible for Mobotropolis' computer technology and Sally's ring blades. We get a flashback of Dr. L. Liddy leaving Mobotropolis for a fresh start. Sally walks in and Dr. L. Liddy has a present for her. Yep. He explains that this computer is his most advanced work and that Sally will have vast knowledge at her fingertips. The young Sally discovers the computer's female voice and asks for a name. Ultimately, King Anchor suggests Nicole after an ancestor. Though Dr. L. Liddy's stuttering suggests something else. The flashback ends with Dr. L. Liddy leaving and we cut to present day. Dr. L. Liddy explains to Nicole that he was investigating something in the digital world, but became trapped when he tried to leave. He asks Nicole about her avatar form, and she replies that she chose this form. They reach the barrier, and Nicole uses her hacking powers to punch a hole before the creatures attack. The tornado lands, and the team is soon granted by a moto bug, though it's acting oddly polite. Sally asks it to lead them to where Dr. L. Liddy is. Nice touch with the ring blade, by the way. Sure enough, the Motobug leads them to Dr. L. Liddy's place, with more bandits doing chores. Inside, they find Dr. L. Liddy in some machine, but he wakes up almost immediately. Nicole's in the system, and Tails transfers Nicole back to the handheld, and finally appearing in person thanks to the power ring attachment. While recovering, Dr. L. Liddy explains that Eggman left behind bandits after a failed operation, and he reprogrammed them to help with chores and recently defend his home against Dark Gaia monsters. And it's all thanks to the world breaking up, by the way, folks. And yes, the water. The water that's not going away. Magic is technically an accurate description. Nicole wants to talk to Dr. L. Liddy, but the old man wants to rest up first. Nicole thought she did something wrong, but Sally reassures her that he's just tired. Nicole tells Sally Dr. L. Liddy was in the digital world to work out a problem with the reprogrammed bandits. But Nicole's worried that whatever attacked him might have followed them back or is already here. Speaking of, we have this creepy digital no-face thing observing them and finding the whole concept of digital projection fascinating. Ew, those teeth. Oh my, where to begin? I guess we could start with the writer here. This issue's written by Aaliyah Baker, but according to the credits here, the general plot outline's written by Ian Flynn. I can imagine the conversation at home. Sweetie, I've written this plot outline for Nicole's origin. Would you like to take a crack at it? Sure, Ian, but are you coming to bed, or are you going to work late again? Well, the Sonic Megaman crossover's not going to write itself. Anyway, if you recall from my Waves of Change reviews, Aaliyah's the writer for the Crystal Cave backup stories. Now, her writing style has some dry wit, and the dialogue, especially here, makes you believe that a girl and her computer could be friends. This issue's biggest strengths are more world building and backstory. We were introduced to Dr. L. Liddy, who was responsible for developing Mobotropolis's grand archive and computer system. I know what some of you are thinking. What about Uncle Chuck? Well, he dealt more with robotics, but I could see the two working together under some brain trust. This piece of dialogue did indicate the two kept in touch. And okay, Dr. L. Liddy also dabbled in robotics as seen with the reprogrammed Badniks. Now it's time to talk about Dr. L. Liddy's gift to Sally. A major revelation indeed. The fact that he gave her the ring blades. Okay. The major revelation was that he created Nicole and gave her to Sally when she was little, thus establishing her origins in the new universe. Her original universe origins were a little more complicated. She was created by an alternate future rotor at Queen Sally's request, then sent back in time to Sally's younger self so she could have a friend. After a brief story in which the two swapped bodies, I'll get to that one in the future, Nicole wanted to know what it meant to be alive, so she created her Lynx body as a side project. However, she lacked the power to maintain it. When she made new Mobotropolis, she used her Lynx form more frequently. Back to the new universe. I have a feeling that there's more to Nicole's origin than what we saw. It mainly involved Dr. L. Liddy's attitude around her, trying to cover her name here, his reaction to seeing Lynx Nicole, and talking about said Lynx form. The fact that Dr. L. Liddy's a Lynx himself is another piece of the puzzle. We were also introduced to the digital world. Yeah, we saw a version of it in the old universe, but the new universe established what this place is, another dimension of sorts. So, when does this story take place? Well, Tails is both in this story and the upcoming Champions arc in the main book, plus the dialogue implies that this takes place after the chase, possibly after Waves of Change as well, because here I believe Sally and Nicole are withholding information about the whole water situation. So honestly folks, I have no idea when this takes place, at least not yet. So why are Tails and Big present even though they contribute very little to the story so far? Marketability. Readers, especially first-timers, would more than likely pick up the book featuring familiar Sonic characters. It's a sad fact. We are also introduced to Phage, the antagonist of this arc. And I have to say, we have some Miyazaki fans involved. She produces minions that remind me of the Laser Dark Wisp from the last arc, in terms of design. We don't know her motivation besides her fascination for transferring between the digital and physical realm. We have 3 more issues to find out. Finally, we have Tracy Yardley back for penciling duty. It's okay for the most part, but for cases like this. He's not the only one with the problem of zoom out bad art, but sometimes things like this happen. Despite minor things like this issue is an overall good start to Nicole's story with all the world building and history. And for that, it gets a 9. Tune in next month as we see things go bad for the heroes, of course. So until then, have a good day and be safe.